Hello and welcome to the Degeneration Podcast with Wendy and Andy. Hi, Wendy.
Good evening, Daddy.
Yeah, are you are we want to ask the audience a severe question? Are your pets armed? Is your cat packing heat? Let's go. The enemy is afoot. They're coming for your pet. I can't even say it with like a straight face or voice. But I mean, apparently there's some like marginal like reality that there are some humans that are taking certain, animals, and maybe they needed food, maybe it's for ritual, whatever. But like the point where it was in a national debate is just ridiculous. Like it's like, what lane are we in right now? Nevertheless, if they are coming for our pets' guns, those pets are going to protect their rights to guns that are guaranteed by the Second Amendment. Correct?
Yes, Second Amendment doesn't apply just for humans.
No, it's for pets. It was primarily designed for pets, and then it was adapted for humans, and later in some of the language. They when they made the Bill of Rights, they're like, "Ooh, I think this should apply to humans, dude. We're kind of bigger than them. Yeah, but the dogs and the cats. They need to arm themselves. Well, yeah, understandably so. But like, really, I think that this whole no quartering soldiers thing, number three, let's make it number three and then have people forget about it. Was it three or four? Exactly. No one knows. No one knows. Fifth Amendment is plead the fifth. Like, fifth is like you just don't have to talk about something, which is a good one. 1 and 5 is like about talk. 2 is about action. 2 about fuck around and find out what kind of cat's going to come down with that meow meow on your shit. Meow meow pow pow. Pow pow meow meow. Pew pew meow meow. Yeah, so originally that amendment was designed for cats and dogs and ducks and such, and it's like, no, we're gonna arm ourselves because we have natural predators, right? And then we're like, yeah, that's a good idea because intruders and the government it being intrusive and such, and it was like, it just got carried away from there. But yeah, I mean, it's been how many days since the last cat or dog gun accident, right? They're responsible gun owners, and they should be allowed to carry. Right?
I've never heard of one. I've never even heard of it.
Right, exactly. So I feel like even with, you can't even say mental health. Mental health, like it's the mental health. It's not the guns. It's like, because you don't have to, because these cats and dogs are fucking crazy, and they're still, hey kitty, they're still responsible gun owners. They keep their shit locked. They're used to living in cages and such, so they know how to lock away their guns in cages. Kitty, where do you put your gun? Not telling. Meow. See? Very responsible gun owner. And that's what it used to be about. It used to be about that. And then, we have this bump stocks, or what I don't know the terminology. I'm not a cat, I'm not a dog, I don't have a weapon. But it's okay. It's okay because eventually they're coming after you. You think you're safe out there. You think you're listener. You think you're safe, my feline listeners, but you're not. And that's why God gave you the Second Amendment so that you could defend yourself against humans and other animals, right? And they're gonna take it away. The Democrats are gonna take it away. They're coming for your guns. They're your guns. Your guns. Those are like family members. What?
Originally started for because we don't ask the pets and they don't tell us where to keep their guns.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell about your guns. If they're asking, if they don't ask, you don't tell. If they ask, also don't tell.
We don't ask, they don't tell.
I know, man. I mean, it's just like, hey, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights is a lot like Degeneration, okay? It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's fine. It could use some work, but we won't ever work on it, obviously, because it's the Constitution. It's a Bill of Rights. It's ironclad, set in stone, apparently. We're never going to adapt it, or the whole thing falls apart. The whole thing falls apart, and they come for the cat's guns. They come for the dogs' machetes. This is not okay. This is not acceptable. And we're supposedly a civilized society. But are we? Are we really? Wendy and I need to reconnect on our Zoom. Hold on a second. Listeners! Alright, we're back. We're back. Sorry, it was a little technical difficulties. Technically, I disappeared. And Wendy did too at the same time. We have horrible equipment, so if you want to email us at degeneratenation@gmail.com, tell us how we can get like fucking better equipment, or how we can funnel weapons to our pets more easily and more readily. Please do that. Degeneration@gmail.com. You can also tweet us at Degenerate Show, and then Degenerate Nation Podcast, I believe, is our Patreon. If you want to send us straight up money or just advertise with our podcast, email us at degeneration@gmail.com. Thank you for that little bearing with us on that bit of housekeeping. Will we accept gun sponsors? One listener wants to know, and I made that up entirely. What's the price? What's the price? Is it for humans? No. Is it for animals? Yes. Maybe. I mean, is gun usage amongst animals the greatest idea? No. They're stupid. They're animals. Earmuffs, kitty, earmuffs, doggy. They're not very bright, but are we? Are humans? We kill each other. We kill ourselves. Ourselves with these things. What is that really smart? Because the next day, what if you felt?
So who's the smart one here?
Exactly. What if you felt better the next day? You're like, ooh, should I really have done that? Or there's no, just the possibility that you could act out in a moment is so ludicrous, because it's like, first off, there should, in addition to gun locking, like storing your guns away, you should have to have how you can't drunk drive at a certain point. There's only a point where it's like, wink, wink, it's okay. 0.057, you're okay. 0.081, you're a murderer. Or potentially. I think you don't go to jail if you're under 0.08, even if you kill somebody. I don't know. Don't try it. Give your cats guns, but don't try it. The driving thing. But, what was I saying? I never know what I'm saying. I always go off the rails because I'm an off the rails kind of human being. I think Wendy is too, but she's petting her cat, packing heat right now. Are you trying to find out where the cat's gun is? Are you a Democrat, Wendy? Are you a Democrat? Are you taking those guns away? Don't ask. No, Daddy. No. I mean, I think Republicans are despicable as well, like the politicians. I'm not saying you, if you identify as a Republican or you identify as a Democrat, I don't think you specifically are despicable for that. You might very well, especially if being a listener, but you're despicable for other reasons entirely. And we shouldn't limit your despicableness, your despicability to just your political affiliation. You're a piece of shit outside of your political affiliation. Right? I saw the greatest fucking bumper sticker today, and it was faded as fuck on this, I was driving basically a school bus. I was driving the aftercare bus, pick up some kids at school, and I see this fucking license plate thing, or not license plate, sticker, bumper sticker on the back, and it was just faded from 2016. It goes, rooting for the meteor, 2016. I'm not deciding between Trump and Hillary, and it's just the fact that they never took it off of their fucking back, and it's virtually applied for the last 8.5 years, is amazing. Amazing. I'm he kind of had a point there. I mean, the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, so that happened technically right before the election. So that was you knew shit was going down because the fucking Cubs won the World Series, and that never not supposed to happen, right? 108 years or something in between World Series champions. Probably another 108 between the next one. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, right? It's that I just seeing that outside of a school is just hilarious to me. I was meant to see that. It's much like the we'll tell this story another time. I don't know if I've told this on air. Have I told the Bryan Adams story before on air?
I don't think so.
Okay, remind me another episode. That's a teaser for you, Bryan Adams teaser. How about that?
Yes, Daddy.
Summer of '69 teaser, teasing them with that '69. So yeah, guns not great for people, really awful for people, cause nothing but sorrow and strife. Guns for animals, deterrent, effective, deterrent, and would lead to peace.
Yes, and they're very responsible owners.
They don't know how to fucking fire the things half the time. They're super responsible. You ever heard about a cat in a rage just blasting up a fucking school or a workplace? First off, cats don't go to school. How are they going to know anything about school? Nothing. They don't fucking go to work. They're lazy as fuck. They just sit around and sun themselves and go, yeah, feed me. It's 5 a.m. Feed me, you bitch. And it's Would it be any more less or any less obnoxious if they had a gun when they said it? No, we'd get the same message that they're sending loud and clear anyways when they're like, yeah, 5 a.m. Feed me, you bitch. Feed me, bitch. And it's, I don't know. I just think they're charming animals, and I think that they should have guns. And that if the Democrats take away the pets' weapons, will they take away the human weapons first? I don't know. I'm not willing to find out. That's why I'm voting ninth party, right? We should all vote ninth party. The solution is not your solution. The solution is something else. Just keep trying. Keep looking for something else out there in the world, because eventually it'll be right. Eventually. Probably not, though. I mean, you know what? When you think about it, Wendy, life is not the best, but it's not the worst.
That's true.
The only reason it's not the worst is because we literally don't know the other alternatives. Like some state of suspended animation of death might be worse. Probably is. Maybe not. Probably not. Probably is. And then like perpetual life might be terrible too, because what if everyone just eventually has to live with depression, and like because they're like, wait, it just keeps going, but I'm gonna get bored with it. I've done everything, or like you outlive like your love. Not the love of your life, as in they die, because no one dies, but like you're like, ugh. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm gonna do something else now, and it's like, imagine after 379 years, you're just like, because you're like immortal, and that would suck. That aspect sucks, right? But think how many guns you could collect for your cats. Man. You could sleep around, exactly. It's like, well, to be fair, I gave you 5 centuries.
Right. So.
Yeah. So, and also, what if we're immortal, but we're all like, what age do we freeze at? It's
carry on through the afterlife.
Yeah, 93 years old, we'd probably freeze at. Imagine being 93 for like 10 centuries.
Oh my God, 93.
Yeah. And what if it's Clint Eastwood 93? That guy fucks.
Yeah, but we're not all Clint Eastwood.
What if it's just Clint Eastwood, Betty White 93? Would you take that? As opposed to like finding out if there is like something after this? I think I would. Because again, you could be sent to like
Betty White 93. I would take that.
You could send to the backside of Neptune and just get like things driven deep into your fingernail beds like for fucking centuries, and that's your heaven. That's what heaven was or something. It's like we don't know at all. So it's like, how are you going to turn down Eastwood 93, Betty White 93? I just can't. George Burns 93. Just fucking take it. I mean, it's like, okay, so I don't know if I told you this, Wendy, or maybe you might have seen the Instagram post, but like, I saw some of Deal or No Deal at work the other day. Like, I got dropped off early, and I work at a place that has like a gym and, you know, stuff for kids and things, but I just sat there watching Deal or No Deal. Like a chole, like a prole, like an idiot, I don't know what word I was trying to say. She's a languid pubis region. And I watch this and I'm like freaking the fuck out because this woman's turning down so much money to maybe get the thing, and you're paying taxes anyway, so what fucking difference does it make? Take something that's over $20,000, you idiot. You fucking idiot. And I did something incredible that I didn't think I was capable of. There was another guy, it seemed like, who's like, I didn't expect there to be a TV on here. And I was like, hey, sir, I'm going to turn this off for us. I'm going to say it's because I think that you want to get work done. However, I'll be honest, this show is stressing me the fuck out, and I can't handle this. I'm going to live in suspended animation for the rest of my life, not knowing, unless I Google it, and I'll probably Google it, I'm going to definitely Google or Bing it. I'm going to Bing it, that I don't know if this woman won or not. But it came down between $1,000 and $200,000. And they were going to offer a deal, and guess what? This motherfucker was not going to take it. The deal would have been over $70,000. Maybe I would say like $83,000. Wouldn't you fucking take that? For a 1 in 50?
I'm already stressed.
50% shot. But this fucking motherfucker was...
I'm taking it.
Exactly. She was down to five of them, right? And she kept turning down deals. And eventually it was $200,000, $15, $1,000, or like fucking $75. And she kept going. I was like, She turned down like 40 grand and then like 60 grand with 3 left, and then down on 2. I was like, I'm out. I can't do this. This lady is fucking an idiot. And her help, you can have help to make your decision. Sorority sisters, or like former sorority sisters, are like, are you fucking serious? They knew this would be maximum drama because groupthink among sorority is how we, just have plummeted as a society. That's how we're gonna get, you know what, in the office, an idiot, a moron, a mouth breather, and his president yet again. For like how I don't think Obama's a mouth breather. Like whatever, like if you loved him, if you hated him, you're like he's fine, whatever. I don't think anyone could say he's an idiot. No, definitely not. And so it's like okay, but Trump is not. Oh God, he is what he is, and Biden is what he was, and this lady, person, is human, is not the best, not the worst, but the worst was Woodrow Wilson, I think. If you look up history, he got us into World War One when there was no fucking reason to. We had these like trees and shit, but it's like we're way over them fucking on a massive land base across a fucking ocean, and we're like, no, we're gonna help, we're gonna do this, let's go. And then they punished Germany, and it was like needlessly like ran them into the ground and ruined their society, and because of some fucking Kaiser guy. And were they executing mass quantities of people at the time? No, they weren't. They were just quote unquote bad guys or whatever. And it's like they called them the Huns or something, and it was just like there were racial elements to these both world wars, obviously, which sucks. But it's like how do you push a war on an unsuspecting and uneducated, largely society? Like, oh, cartoons. That's what they did. World War II especially. But yeah, Woodrow Wilson got us into World War I, and he essentially set World War II's genesis in motion by over-punishing Germany, like signing the treaty. I think it was the Treaty of Versailles, I want to say. I don't know, open a history book or watch YouTube and get for your alternate history if you want to learn more about it. But Woodrow Wilson sucks. So no matter what, some of these presidents that have been shit, I think, they're not worse than him. It's like, that's the bottom. When you brought a country into a World War I that invented the term shell shock, which is now PTSD, basically, because we didn't talk about that in the Civil War as much, right? I don't read enough about the Civil War, but that was like to keep a country as a country, essentially. That was justifiable for sure. Stop slavery on the north side and the south side. I don't know what the fuck they wanted. Independence from the best country. At the time, maybe it was. I don't know. I wasn't alive. It probably sucked. You know what? It probably sucked. We didn't have anything. We didn't have the Degenerate Nation podcast. I don't know. It probably was garbage. Did they have condoms then? Do you think they did?
Oh God, no.
No, what do they do?
Yep.
Like wrap it in intestines and blast?
No. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh, we're back. Sorry. I weirdly had to disappear for a little bit when we were talking about condoms. So, yeah, they probably use, like, udders of cows and shit and just, like, strapped them on their dicks and just blast away. And I'm like, whatever. I mean, they're like, I don't think they had abortion as it is now. They had, like, give it time. They'll probably die anyways. It's just like laps, Clara.
Those dumb.
Oh, Clara. Yeah, Clara. It's like you lose like 1 out of 3 kids, 1 out of 4, and it's like.
Yep, and most of them died from Oregon Trail diseases.
Oregon Trail diseases are totally curable now. You know what was also curable then? Oregon Trail disease by just not catching them, by not going on the Oregon Trail. And it's just like
snake bite.
Yeah, exactly. You die from a fucking snake bite of a creature you've never heard of or seen before, and there's no Audubon Society or whatever the fuck, so you can't learn about it. You can't go to the library. You can't learn on Bing. No. You can't Bing. A world without Bing? No, thank you. No fucking thank you. A world without.
I'd rather die from an ingrown toenail.
I'd rather get shot by a cat. I would, because at least I probably deserved it. At some in their mind, in their feeble, warped, singular minds, I probably deserved it.
Oh yeah, my cat's packing heat for sure.
But you gotta watch out because those Democrats are coming for your guns. Okay, for those cats. If you're a cat, to our feline and furry listeners, They're coming for your guns. What are you going to do about it? Meow. Nothing, probably. Probably nothing. Are you going to vote?
Well, I'm going to write in Daddy Andy.
Are you writing to me? I'm writing in a buddy, too.
Yep.
That's awesome. I'm really excited about that. I think this is the challenge, is like everyone should write in somebody, because someone has to record that somewhere. Somewhere in the annals of time, when they dig up our shitty society, like many moons from now, aliens are going to find a record of Daddy Andy getting a vote in the 2024 election. And there's records. It says write-in candidates, and somewhere,
Yes, absolutely.
someplace, I don't know if it's at the Library of Congress, but it's probably the Library of fucking, I don't know, whoever owns the Shoney's or Sbarro's chains, they probably purchased the election records. I don't know. My mind is mush. Whatever. I'm a stupid, uneducated voter, so let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's save our weapons for our cats, and let's make sure we can take as many drugs as possible for our ailments, right, that make it worse. Let's do that, Wendy. Wendy, are you there? Did I lose you? God damn it. Oh, motherfucker. God damn fuck. Ah. Congratulations, listener. We're back. We're back. So I'm sure you're happy about that. Okay, so yeah, pets in the Second Amendment. Basically, our main point is this. This show, this society, this planet, this human race, this is the best we can do. And I am finally okay with that. Because, you know what? Life, society, the relationships within, the relationships without, being without relationships, all of that. It's not the best thing. And it's not the worst. You know, it's just, it is. It is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. But I will be goddamned if you take my cat's guns away. I miss my cat. And when I go back to visit it, I want to know that it's safe from tyrants, from tyranny. Bottom line, is my cat safe from tyranny? The tyranny of the oppressors. You will not cage my cat. You've already, Democrats, if you're listening, you've already declawed my cat. So basically, Democrats starting to declaw the cats. And that's just a precursor to taking their guns away. So cats, follow me, this is back to history again. Cats started as being worshipped by the powerful Egyptian pharaohs and their warriors, right? They were buried with them, with their cats. And then cats discovered guns, and now cats want to be buried with their guns, and we should all be buried with our cats and our cats' guns, right? But somehow, these noble creatures, these felines, these powerful signals of vitality and life and war and hate and beauty and love and all that shit, and the Zoomies, power of the Zoomies, somehow they were declawed by the Democrats and made to live with lonely, unfuckable women. Now, it took approximately 2,000 years to socially neuter these once great creatures, neuter and spay these great creatures of our society. They are trying to take your cat's guns away, and you should not let them. Okay? And one way to do this as a protest vote is to write in Heathcliff for president. Heathcliff for president, and save your cat's guns from the Democrats. I almost got through it, Wendy. I almost got through it. So, I'm looking for something that's not this fucking... This is so ridiculous. Oh, we have other thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, so... we brought you many hard-hitting points recently, like about homeless people should fuck, about declawing declawing leads to de-weaponization, leads to depression and defertilization and destruction of the will to live by us, which then in turn affects the humans. Because we're already feckless.
All terrible D's, of course.
Yeah, we're already feckless people. I want to bring up to the audience that Wendy gets her news from AOL.com. So this with a grain of salt. But apparently recently a bride and groom were arrested in Flint, Michigan after their groom allegedly ran over and killed one of his groomsmen hours after the wedding. And like you send this to
Yes.
me, and I'm like, it had a link right in our shared Google Doc or Bing Doc, sorry, Bing file, whatever,
Bing file.
our
Yep,
Bing
Bing file.
board, and I was like, I'm not clicking on this, and because I was like, it's AOL.com, I don't want to fucking like, I mean, this isn't 1996, so I
Yeah,
was
then
like,
they start sending you all those bad, computer CDs in the mail, and then
oh yeah, and they're really just like kidnapping videos.
it snowballs.
They're like
Yeah.
they're like kidnapping videos that got misdelivered, and like these people are
Mhm.
ransomed all around the world, and no one will ever find them because the videos went to like, was bought by AOL and definitely and redistributed. Um,
Yeah, that was smart of you.
we're gonna get a cease and desist from AOL from the year 1998. If they're gonna time travel a cease and desist letter, if you want to cease and desist us, please email us at degeneratenation@gmail.com or tweet at degenerate show. And if you alternatively want to save Degenerate Nation, make sure you send a Patreon so we can afford lawyers for all our mistakes. Or are they mistakes? Or are they acts of rebellion in an unjust world where cats are stripped of their weapons by the Democrats? Okay, so I did not click on this one.
SaveMyCatsGuns.com.
Yeah,
Definitely.
saved cat guns, save my cat's weapons.
Posted by Bing.
Guns gotta blow with the cats. Cats won't meow. So AOL.com. Okay, the best part about this when I brought it up, you're like, oh, I haven't read it. I was like,
What?
didn't you say you
I
didn't
don't
read
do
the story?
research.
I know,
This
it's
is
great.
Degenerate
Like,
Nation. You don't do research
you don't
here.
research. So if you want to look it up, you bang AOL.com and you find the story. So it's completely worthless. I'm gonna keep it up there forever. I don't want to know what happened.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's like that Schrodinger's cat thing, huh? You know, it's like we're in the situation where that woman either won or didn't win $200,000, where she took the deal or
Right.
did not take the deal. So this person that ran over someone either did it on purpose or not on purpose, but they're dead. They're dead. These people are still married, probably, or they'll get divorced. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Is what we're trying to tell you. Nothing.
No, they have to use the car. I'm sure they had to use the car because the pets have the guns. So.
Exactly. They had.
But I'll never know, and I don't ever want to know.
You know what? I don't want pets driving. I'm okay with them having guns, but if they're driving, you ever seen a pet drive? Not a good look. They don't know what they can't reach the pedals. You know.
Yeah, poor Toonses.
Yeah. So I see that they're doing the Golden Bachelorette. Did you hear about this? So the Golden Bachelor contestants, so the potential ladies for this old weird guy that like had second thoughts or something, which is understandable if you like were a widow at any point and something hits you, like you just like you don't know, because that happens with people dating like an ex. It didn't have to be that long, and they're like, I'm not over it. And it's like, so imagine adding like 30, 40 years or whatever, whoever long there were, 20 some. And on top of that, so, I'm not going to, like, trash the guy completely. But he was just like, oh, no, but you're on a game show about love. And it's, like, for older people. And there's a bunch of fucking suckers watching that shit. And, I mean, if you're younger than, like, 35 and you're watching that, oh, my God.
No,
Like
only older people that drive golf carts.
I want to
Watch
drive
that.
a golf cart. I should be a sober ride for old drunks on golf cart things. But all these like women these old women are throwing their depends at me. I'm like, no thank you, I'm taken. Thank you very much. No thank you. So but like they were getting like imagine getting a dick pic and you're like 64 years old and it's a random dick pic on the internet. Like the internet, which you by the way just learned how to use. And you're getting AOL kidnapping videos and dick pics from like 29-year-old men that are trying to say they want to bang you, but they really just need someone to look at their dick now. Look at my dick now.
Oh, thank God. I was thinking that you were going to like get a 73-year-old dick, and I'm like, I don't want no shriveled dick on my...
On your phone? I don't know. I want to zoom in and want to look at like the dark side of the moon on that speckled dick. Craters and shit. Just ruined.
Oh!
There's something like you just like scraped it away for 50 years with a fish hook. One millimeter by a millimeter, and just like it's got these craters and crevices on it. And like Neil Armstrong,
the dark side of the moon. It's the dark side of the nutsack. Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, flip it over.
It's
the
like
back palm.
fucking
oh, no.
John Glenn and shit, and Neil Armstrong. Which one didn't walk on the moon? I don't know, whatever. Back to Neil Armstrong. So it's like Neil Armstrong
I don't wanna
ashing his
know.
cigarette on your
I'm
fucking
agnostic.
your dick skin. You know, that's what it looks like, probably. I
I'm
imagine.
factually agnostic. I don't want to know the
Yeah,
result.
you got a big Jupiter spot on your left testicle, and you're like,
Oh,
they're like, what is? First off, sir, I'm disgusted. Disgusted. Second, you might want to see a dermatologist. Oh, that old thing? Oh, it's just really just mostly pus. It's 94% pus. It's 94% pus, and that's okay.
no,
I'm like,
just an ingrown hair. That's
what-
all it is. Just
can you
an ingrown
imagine if
hair.
you found out you had cancer because you sent a dick pic? What if you didn't send the dick pic?
I'm sure it's happened.
You think it's happened? Hey,
Guarantee it's happened.
where can they contact us if someone had cancer because of a dick pic? Like they found out. Where can they find out? Send it.
Email us at degeneраtenation@gmail.com, or you can tweet us on the X @degenerateshow.
That's
Do it.
great.
I want to know this. I mean, this could save lives.
If you want to save lives, are you suggesting that you should, if you have questionable dick hygiene or dick shape or dick like bumpage, if your riblets aren't riblets, send those dick pics. However,
Yep.
you should obtain consent for those dick pics. Now, we're not saying you shouldn't, like, be disingenuous leading up to that. You might make them think that, this is a real connection. But really, you just don't want to pay for a dermatologist, and you want a layperson's opinion on your dick. Like, hey, is this? Yeah. I know it's kind of weird of a dick, but like, what is this bump? And then you just turn the conversation like, I just like between insurances, I'm just freaking out. I don't know what maybe I shouldn't have said it, but like, by the way, do you think that's cancer?
If you start sending pictures, though, of your dick and it's got a lot of bumps, you're going to start getting all those videos sent to you in mass of those videos of popping pimples. You see
Oh
those come
yeah.
up once you-
Oh yeah, those
Oh my
soothing
gosh.
videos. Satisfaction. Popping riblets.
Yes.
Popping riblets. Popping riblets. Popping riblets.
I'm
Give
really
my
jonesing for
riblets.
that now. I really want to watch a video where someone has blackhead after blackhead after blackhead after
On their dicks?
blackhead.
But those aren't oh, you're talking about regular pimples. Or you want to watch the riblets ones. The riblet videos.
Oh, it doesn't matter as long as there's a big line of them. I want all of them at once.
Just like fucking Civil War lineup of fucking Revolutionary War lineup of fucking just soldiers just popping off. Soldiers popping off and reloading. Because when you don't get the
Yeah.
whole blackhead, it just reloads. God, I love
Exactly.
it.
And if I can't sit there and reload a gun, if my cat has the gun, I can't do that with a gun. I have to have some sort of release. So I want to watch this. And then a little bit of pus after the blackhead is just so satisfying.
It is. I want like just enough pus where you're left wanting more. Because when you get that
Exactly.
really big explosion on a pimple, on like a back zit, on like a fucking pustule of any sort, or in best case a riblet when you're on the toilet and you're like, do you think this will pop? This is that dark curiosity that like maybe it's ADD, maybe it's just like the desire for quick and dirty satisfaction of like, well, that was some of my natural lubrication gone forever, but like it's not a pimple. It's like isn't it like aren't riblets what we refer to as riblets? We get out the glossary. Riblet is those little ridges that are poppable ridges on your penis. They're not
Fordyce spots.
they're Fordyce spots. Yeah, that's what they're called or
Yeah.
something, right? Yeah, they're not. Again, they're not herpes. They're not, because they're not the color of herpes, so they're not herpes.
No, they're not ingrown hairs.
What if you're colorblind and you see all these riblets and you're like, oh fuck, I still wouldn't get tested. No.
I would send more dick pics to people that aren't colorblind.
Yeah, that would suck. It's like, hey, like, I mean, it's kind of good size, and I'm sorry about your peyronie's. That doesn't inherently disqualify you, but like, your dick is all grayed out. It looks like E.T.'s finger. And it's like,
Yeah,
not
but if
even
you're
as thick.
getting treatment for your peyronie's and then you're doing those daily penile stretches and exercises, and you find something like that, it'd be concerning for
You
sure.
mean the belly slaps?
Right? Yeah.
You reach for that belly button and try to slap it. That's like the stretches, right? That's what I do.
Yep, the stretches and then the manual manipulations.
Is that
And
just
it's best done with a friend.
manual. It's best, and it's also make sure you read the manual when you're manually stimulating your friend.
Oh, right. The best manual is Penthouse Letters by far.
You know, we need to bring that back. Like, that would be an awesome podcast type of like
all the letters,
a whole show, but it's weird letters. Then they're not literally letters to the editor; they're letters to like nobody, letters to the void, and it's just like there's stories about where you almost got a hand job, or just things that like there's a twist, and it's always like a sad twist, or it's like, and it was almost there, you know.
I'm a slug, and I almost came.
Exactly. It's like, you know, I was almost coming, but I didn't quite come, and I'll never come again. And it was 9/11 or whatever. It's like, will you imagine if someone was like had the TV on the background and they're getting dog-eared, and then they see that, so that's when they saw the towers came, the first tower got hit.
I don't know. That would like prevent me from doing doggy for the rest of my life.
No, it wouldn't. Be honest.
Yeah. Still, you wouldn't forget it.
Never forget.